The economics of AI have changed massively over the last 6 months. We've gone from a world where the major labs were effectively subsidizing usage, encouraging people to use as much AI as possible under subscription. We've gone to an enterprise pricing model where every token you spend is charged at an API rate. And in a lot of cases, people are running frontier models at that API rate. So every token you use now costs money. It is pay per intelligence. That is a seismic shift in how you think about using AI at an enterprise. And in the background, you've also got open source models arriving at near frontier quality for something like a tenth of the cost. What all of this is doing is making businesses ask a question that they weren't really asking 6 months ago. And that is, am I getting value from the tokens that my team is spending? In the first half of this year, companies were comfortable testing and learning under subscription. And what I have seen is that appetite is narrowing. People are less willing to experiment when the meter is running. What does that mean for those of us who are building? And how do we adapt? At Neo4j, we've been putting a value framework in place. And it comes down to 4 things that people report every month. So if you have a deployed agent in production, you report on 1, users, how many distinct people the agent did work for, and how many of those users came back. The second thing is units. How many pieces of work your agent actually completed against your definition of what a unit of work is for your agent. The third thing is value, the hours that your agent gives back and what your agent actually cost in terms of tokens to run. The last piece is trust, how much the output went out without a human having to fix it. So it's the evals. We're starting with agents in deployment because that's where the value actually exists. The harder question here is obviously assistive coding or assistive intelligence, things like Claude Code. And that is a huge share of any enterprise's AI spend. And the value is harder to demonstrate. So my view is that these repeatable workloads should actually move out of assistive coding and into shared agents in Slack or wherever the work actually gets done. A lot of these repeatable processes, once you put them in an agent, can run deterministically, and they run a lot cheaper that way. So if there's one thing to take away from it, it's this. Measure the value of your agents, move repeatable processes into them, and then communicate against the value of what your agents are driving for your organization if you want to succeed in this API cost era.